Matt.
Hi, Scoot.
Let's talk naturally about games that have the word "the" in the title. You recently saw The Witness, and I don't want to just regurgitate what you wrote because you wrote a lot about it, so I'm amused that I got an official fact sheet about the game. I'm going to use this to quiz you on how true this fact sheet is.
Let's do it.
All right. Here's the overview. You're in a hallway, in a basement, in a house. You have no memory who you...
It's not a basement. You're above ground.
So you're not in a basement?
I don't believe you are.
Wow, that's already kind of a lie.
Okay.
You have no memory who you are, why you are there.
True.
Exploring outward, you find yourself in a strange island full of puzzles which are placed in themed areas. A castle, a desert ruin, some kind of hybrid laboratory art gallery.
I guess.
So you did not
I
see
don't know if I
that
got
last
to that
one?
part, but
Okay.
it is non-linear, so.
Okay, we'll get to that's another point we'll get. Here and there you find audio recordings narrated by someone who seems to know a great deal about the island.
Sounds a lot like John Blow.
Okay. Is that guy responsible for your situation? Do you feel he is?
Yes, he claims he is. He tells
Okay.
me he is. Wait, kind of.
Okay. How did you come to be here, and how can you get home? Is that what you're thinking the whole time you're playing?
I didn't even know it was about how you get home. That's news to me.
So now here's some bullet points. What's it like? By the designer of Braid, it's a bigger, more seasoned puzzle game that questions what it means to be here in a place, seeing and hearing things. True or false?
True.
Yes. Bullet point number 2. Open world, non-linear progression. Go where you want, do what you want. If stuck on a puzzle, you're free to go elsewhere and come back later.
Yes.
Most games open worlds try to be big, but here the world's as small and dense as possible.
True.
So that there are new things to do everywhere you look, just within reach.
Yeah, I think you said you could run from one end to the other of the island in like a minute and 10 seconds.
Wow, that is quite small.
Yeah.
Another bullet point. Non-linear story, serious story. Not an entertainment story with the usual video game trappings.
No.
It is part of a heartfelt inquiry into the nature of existence, delivered in an open and honest way.
That's how he described it. I didn't really get that far to figure all that stuff out.
Okay. No over-tutorialization, no hand-holding. The Witness assumes you're a reasonable, intelligent human being with the initiative to make the best of your situation. Controls are very simple and are introduced quickly. Puzzles are designed to communicate non-verbally in a way that does not pander to the player. How do you feel about that?
I buy all that.
You buy all of that?
Yes.
Final bullet point. Modernized experimental gameplay. The Witness inherits many aesthetics from the tradition of graphic adventures. However, its gameplay is very different, the result of a 2-year process of asking what happens when we take that old genre and apply modern design ideas from platformers or action games.
Yes, although I think throwing the term platformer and action game in there probably confuses a few people because essentially you just walk up and have to, move a ball through a maze. But certainly it does it in a nice, easy to use way.
So what would you use as your one-sentence summary of what you saw of The Witness?
Okay, so it's kind of like if you played Braid or Portal or something like that,
Yep.
This is like a gateway drug to get you into a puzzle game because you've got this other genre and you kind of trick people. It's like, oh, it's a platformer, or oh, it's a first-person thing. But this kind of gets rid of that. This is like, okay, we've already got you. You know who I am. You know I'm John Blow. I can now convince you to play anything. So I'm going to give you an actual puzzle game. You play these real puzzles. And then, you figure out some clever stuff to do with them along the way.
All right. Speaking on to another game with "the" in the title that's made by a small group of people. Oh, how many people are making The Witness? Like 4 people, 5 people, something like that? It's not just John Blow, right?
No, he now has a company because Braid was so successful. He made a bunch of money. So he's got his company. I think there's about 3 or 4 full-time people, and then he was going to hire 2 more along with some contractors.
But on to another game that was recently unveiled to us. Yes, The Baconing. What do you feel about that game?
To be honest, I sat through the demo and I couldn't really tell what was different from the previous Death Spank game.
Hey, there's a shield.
That's true.
You can just shield the block stuff. There's cover. You can hide behind things.
Right, and that stuff
It's in the future.
It all seems useful, but is that really enough to justify a 3rd game in that series this soon?
Now,
I'm not
do you
sure.
consider it a 3rd game, or is it really a 2nd game because of what we heard about the
I
previous 2
consider
games?
it a 3rd game
Yes.
because it's the 3rd thing I can buy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm referring to the fact that apparently Hot had revealed that the first 2 episodes of Death Spank were originally in one game.
Right.
And they were...
Well, originally they were in like a bunch of episodes.
That's true. Actually, that's
and then they're like, let's make them one game. And they're like, oh, no, not so much.
No. But so what you're saying is that you saw there's some differences here and there, I guess, if you were like a core player of the game, but it didn't really look different enough to be like a 3rd game on its own to you.
No, if they called it like Death Spank 3 or Death Spank, Thongs of something else, then I think people would just be like, yeah, okay, it's more Death Spank. I don't think it's really that different. It's got cool little additions like the stuff you're talking about and like the new partner characters that you can use. And stuff
Which,
like
yeah, I
that.
believe the new partner character is like a shark in a business suit.
Right.
But
As it should.
are you going to play as him or are you going to play as the wizard?
I have yet to play the second episode, so
Okay.
I don't know if I'll get to this one.
Well, when the time comes, we'll play some co-op together while we're waiting for the witness. Because I believe Bigoton comes out like, I guess sometime this year.
Well,
or
no,
like,
because they announced as part of the PlayStation Play
yeah,
Summer of Arcade
that
rip-off.
comes out while the witness is scheduled sometime next year. I believe.
Tentatively.
Tentatively, yes. Okay.
Tenet Levine? Is that what you said?
No, I can't
like
speak
Ken's
English.
brother?
Yes, indeed. He's working this game. All right, enough about games with word. Go back to your pizza.
Yoda Pizza.